I want to show you something. This is a picture of me when I was in high school. Now, I don't think I was Zac Efron or anything, but I definitely wasn't a bad-looking guy. But let me tell you, this guy, he could not get a peck on the cheek from a girl, let alone a girlfriend or sex or anything like that. And now I'm 22 years old, I have a receding hairline, and I do better with girls than I've ever done. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I became an attractive man and how any man can become attractive. Stick around to the end of this video because if you can commit 10 minutes to learning all these traits necessary to become an attractive man, you can save yourself years of pain and suffering and feeling bad and feeling like a total victim to the world. Now, before we get into that, my name's Keefe. I made this channel to help men create their ideal lives through self-mastery. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos because I put out new videos every single day. Now let's get straight into it. All right, so the first thing I want to get into here is men love to make the physical attractiveness excuse. They think it's extremely important, and they think that because they define women physically for the most part, they think that women are defining them physically for the most part, and that's not actually true. Physical attractiveness matters to a woman, like she expects you to be physically attractive, but it's not an end-all be-all the way it is for a woman. I mean, basically, like, a guy's not going to be interested in even getting to know a girl if she's not very physically attractive right off the bat. That's their way in the door, essentially, whereas we have different things that get us in the door with a woman. And, you know, that's okay. That's totally fine, but getting to know that is extremely important because so many guys make this excuse and think that they're just a victim of their circumstances and they're not good looking, so they can't get with a girl. Now, physical attractiveness does matter, but it matters in a different way. Whereas women, it's about their feminine beauty. Men, it's about being masculinely attractive, not only physically, but just as an individual as a whole. I've got this broken down into the 5 main areas of being an attractive masculine man, because that's really what it comes down to. A feminine woman wants her counterpart, which is a masculine man. We'll start with the physical side, just so we can get that out of the way. When it comes to being an attractive masculine man, the great thing about this is it's completely within your control. It's about, first of all, having the body of a masculine man, right? And then also about your demeanor and how you carry that physical body. So what do I mean by the body? Well, first of all, we're talking about having like a built body. Do you look strong? Do you look masculine? Or do you look like an effeminate kind of guy who, like, skinny fat or just completely harmless? If you look like a harmless man, you're doing it wrong, okay? And when it comes down to demeanor, I'm talking about how do you carry yourself? Do you walk with your shoulders back? Do you have good posture? Do you have confidence when you walk? Do you feel comfortable in your own skin? Basically, are you good with the fact that you have a dick between your legs? And too many guys aren't. Now, I'm not saying they're necessarily feminine, but they're not masculine, and they haven't embraced the fact that they are men. And I think that was one of the big problems I had when I was in high school and I couldn't get a girl, was because I had not gotten comfortable with the fact that I was a man. You know, I felt very asexual almost, and a lot of guys feel this way. Well, not necessarily asexual, just I was like masculine. Like, I was not masculine, I wasn't feminine, I just hadn't really come into my own as a being yet. And so when I stepped into being a masculine man, being comfortable with the fact and taking pride in the fact that I'm a man, a lot changed, and I started carrying myself very differently. And, you know, I mean, you've probably seen this before. There are some women who are actually very attractive, but they don't act feminine, and you lose attractiveness for them pretty quickly because you're looking, if you're a masculine man, you're looking for that feminine counterpart, and so they're looking for the same thing. Do you carry yourself in a masculine way? Part of this is about, like, taking up space. It's about being kind of grounded, having a grounded energy, feeling comfortable in your body, essentially. And if you are that, then you'll show it and it'll resonate through your demeanor. Second part of being an attractive masculine man is leadership, all right? And I'm not talking about being CEO of a business. That's fine, but I'm talking about at least leadership over you and your relationship with the woman and the family, essentially. That's what a woman's looking for. She wants you to be the leader. I know these modern day feminists want to act like that's bullshit, but that's why no man wants to date these, like, radical feminists, right? Because they don't get it. They don't seem to understand that men and women have different things we're looking for in a relationship. Women are looking for a man who can be a leader. When she asks you, where do you want to go eat tonight? And you say, I don't know, wherever you want to go, you failed. You got to take responsibility and be a leader. She's looking for you to make decisions so that she doesn't have to be. That's part of the masculine part of a relationship, is the decision maker, the driver who's leading this relationship, so that she can feel comfortable with the direction, because she's going to have to raise kids, right? Guys are pretty much useless with children until the child turns like 2 or 3-ish years old, right? Like, we're not very, we can't, they're the ones who do the breastfeeding. They're the ones who are really good with infants. They're wired to be better with infants than we are. They're just more compassionate, more tolerant of those kinds of things. And she's got to take care of that. So she needs to know that she doesn't have to make all the choices for the relationship and where it's going. And so she's looking for that in you. She might not necessarily immediately be looking for a marriage with this guy, but for her to find you attractive, she needs to know that you're a leader and that you can make decisions and you can stand by those decisions without having to have her, like, without worrying about she's going to question it or approval seeking, like making a decision and feeling confident in that decision. The third thing, purpose and mission. This is really important, and guys don't seem to get this. Like, this should be like step one. Like, you should not even try to go get into a serious relationship if you haven't figured this out. If you don't know what your purpose is and your mission, where you're headed, again, this comes down to leadership to some degree, but if you don't have that figured out, the relationship's not going to go the way you want. You want her to be this feminine, sweet, supportive girlfriend or wife, and you're not going to get that if you don't have your shit together, if you're not planned, if you don't have a direction, because you're not giving her what she's looking for out of you. She wants to see that drive and that fire in you, and the knowing that you're headed in a direction that means something, and she can be a part of that with you. That's what, and when it comes to like a happy relationship, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a guy with purpose and mission. And also, like, if you don't have this figured out and you get into a relationship, I've actually had this happen. I didn't really have this figured out too well. And so I basically submitted to the girl's frame that I was talking to and allowed her to kind of make these decisions, and that's a lack of leadership. And as a result, things ended really badly in that situation because I hadn't gotten self-directed and clear on my purpose and invited her to join me. And since I didn't have it, I kind of had to just like go along with the flow of what she was doing. It just doesn't work when you do that. You need to have this purpose and mission figured out. It'll make your life happier and it'll make her more attracted to you. All right, the fourth thing I've got, confidence and self-worth. So confidence is pretty self-explanatory. Confidence, the problem with this is most guys seem to think that confidence is something you're born with. Confidence is something you achieve through putting in work and seeing results. If you do what you tell yourself you're going to do, you're going to have self-confidence, and you're going to get that feeling within yourself that when you say something, you mean it. But too many guys, they give a bunch of empty promises, they don't follow through, and so they don't have any confidence they can get anything done because they've never actually made it important that they get done what they say they're going to get done. Start doing what you say you're going to do. Start keeping your word to yourself. It'll resonate in the way you treat yourself. Also, a part of it's about accomplishing things. If you accomplish things, you're going to have confidence. You're going to treat yourself with respect. That's what self-worth is about. Too many guys, they seem to think that a girl's going to love them even though they don't treat themselves like they're worthy of love, right? They sit around all day, they play video games, they eat like shit, they don't value their body, they don't have very good hygiene, and all these different things result to why would anyone treat you with respect if you're not going to treat yourself with respect? It comes down to that. You got to have self-worth. You got to look in the mirror and be like, I deserve to have a really attractive girl in my life. I deserve for women to be attracted to me. But too many guys, they don't want to put in the work for this. You got to do it first. If you treat yourself like an attractive man, the world will give that back to you. All right, the fifth thing I had down was accomplishment. And I don't mean strictly financial, although that is important. I'm talking about just accomplishing things in your life. Accomplishment is an attractive thing because it shows work ethic. It shows commitment. It shows dedication. It shows passion. It shows a lot of things about the person. And, guys get really butthurt when they think that a woman, she wants me for the money, or she only wants guys with money, or she only wants guys with this. But it's like, dude, you wouldn't want her if she didn't have the qualities you wanted out of her. So, like, it's actually a really good thing that women expect a man to have his shit together if they're going to be attracted to him. And here's the thing. It says more about a man if he's accomplished things, like he's built a business, or he's saved a lot of money, or he's got multiple sources of income, or maybe he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something like that. He's accomplished things that have earned him respect. That shows more about the man than it shows about a woman that she's really attractive physically. So quite honestly, if anyone's the shallow one here, it's the guys who are the shallow one, not the girl. But I just think that's how it is, right? And we should be grateful that women expect us to do things, because if it weren't for women pushing guys to be successful, we wouldn't do shit with our lives. I mean, I honestly think about 95% of guys would do nothing with their lives if it didn't help them be attractive to women for them to be successful. Now, the point I want to make with all 5 of these things is there's no excuse why you can't have any of these as a man. And that's the great thing about this, and this is why all men can become attractive. Every man can hit the gym and get his body right. Every man can learn to have a very attractive demeanor. Some of this is going to require like consistent reps, right? If you've never gone up and approached a girl, you're not going to be very good at it the first time. That's just how it is, but you can get good at that, and you can get your demeanor good to where you're comfortable in those situations. Leadership, you can learn to take the responsibility to be the leader and make decisions. Every man can learn how to do that. Every man can learn what his purpose and his mission is. You need to find this out in your own life, whether you're doing it for women or doing it for yourself. You need to find this out because it'll make your life a lot happier. It's going to take some soul searching, and you might miss the mark a little bit at first, but over time you'll refine down and get clear on what it is you want to have an impact on in your life and how you want to do it. Confidence and self-worth, that's completely within your control. Are you going to treat yourself like you deserve respect and that you deserve to be attractive? Or are you going to have confidence because you keep your word to yourself? And finally, accomplishment. Accomplishment is just about putting in the work and commitment and focus and attention to something, and you will accomplish it. So there's no excuse for any guy out there who feels like a victim, who just can't seem to do good with women. There's no reason why you can't do good with girls. It is completely within your control. You just got to take responsibility for your life and take responsibility for these things. Now guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. It helps me reach more guys through the algorithm. Also, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss tomorrow's video. And if you liked this video, you'll definitely want to check out this video I made on the red pill and the blue pill and the differences between them. Thanks guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.